It can be the bonus track.
Like the bloopers. This is like all our random conversations. And like, hey, you guys want to know what we talk about before we get on there? It's the same stuff.
Pretty much.
Same thing.
Yeah, I think what I'll probably do is tack it on at the end. Anyway, because I always loved the back in the day when people used to listen to CDs. Tack it on at the end. And anyway, I think I'm echoing. Because I always loved the back in the day when people used to listen.
Good job.
Jay.
Good job.
And Jay is still with us in spirit. But anyway, so back when people used to listen to CDs, before this digital media, they'd always have secret songs.
What's a CD?
And that was one of my favorite things. Like I would sit there and listen to the static and oh, here comes a secret song. Yep. So
I was really always mad if they let it go to static for a really long time. Because I'm like, screw you, you're not that important.
The first time I realized a bonus track on a CD, I was listening to Offspring Americana. And I'd fallen asleep to the last track. And then all of a sudden the mariachi band comes on. I was like, son of a bitch! They can do that!
Do you remember...
what sorcery is this?
Fever and Mirrors. And we were just talking over the song. And then it starts going, dee, dee. We're like, what the hell? And then it just goes silent for a minute. And we're like, whatever. And we're just kind of talking. And then it starts going into a mock interview. It was
that was really weird.
It was really weird. And I still don't understand the purpose of that one.
What are you doing?
For some reason, my Mixler app automatically comes on. Because apparently I can't get enough of listening to myself. Really? Yeah, I'm not even joking. Or maybe I just left it on from whatever the last time I was listening to. Anyway.
It's in everything.
I like to hear my own voice.
It's usually when I'm listening to the Comic Bubble, which you can listen to every Friday at 8 p.m. Central. Anyway. Thank you for tuning in to Straight Outta Austin.
Live?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we've been live for the last 5 minutes, I think.
Hi.
Welcome.
Well,
I just have one question.
Yes.
Does CD stand for cherry depression?
For cherry depression?
What?
Yeah.
That sounds
They've depressed
like a
about
lady
cherries?
problem.
Yeah. I talk about CDs. That's what I meant, right? Because I have no idea what's a CD.
Oh, yeah. You should probably check out
digital.
a history museum. They're right next to the cassettes.
And there's 8 tracks.
Cassette. Oh, yeah.
They're those really small Frisbees. They're like the younger brother of the Laserdisc.
But be careful. They can be razor sharp.
They could blind you, too.
Yeah.
They could also have really bad music on them that
you
do
can
not want to listen
also
to.
use them as a mirror.
Ah, that's
100
true.
years from now, they find
Coasters,
one
too.
buried. And
Yes.
oh my God,
Or
these
circular
things,
ninja stars.
Yeah, I know, right? The weapons of the past were so primitive. They're throwing them at people. It's like Kroll.
The ninjas use CDs instead of
Yeah,
shurikens.
I know, right? Download this.
All they have to find is ninjas and pirates. What's all this constant referencing?
Yeah, I know, right? But ladies and gentlemen that are listening, as you can see, we got a packed house tonight. And still no Agamemnon. He's still lost in the Australian outback. Running from RP. I think the kangaroos got him. And they force-fed him Fosters and drove over him with the Subaru Outback. It was dreadful.
Dingo ate all Agamemnon.
Crikey!
His last words were, "That's not a knife."
His last words were, "Turn up the gain,
That's
damn
annoying.
It's an echo, you idiot.
But today we have joining us, I guess we'll go around the room clockwise, and we'll end with Luis, since
What's
you're...
a clock?
It's that new Apple Watch? It's like that. But, $200 less.
Oh.
It might tell time.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't think it does tell time. I think it does, everything else.
Except
like
for
we
Just
just
tell
not
got
time.
distinguish between AM.
Yeah, there was a joke on Conan that he made. He was like, they asked him about the watch. Like, now does it tell time? And Tim Cook just went, crap.
Time is built into it, but not displayed.
That wouldn't even surprise me if they literally were just like, we probably should put a phone app in there, or a watch app, a time-telling device.
Well, that actually would have been
Put
awesome.
put a sundial in there. It pops up, and you're just like, hold on.
I wouldn't be surprised if they actually have a version of a whatchamacallit?
A sundial?
Yes,
app?
a sundial. Yes, a sundial.
It
app.
plugs in.
Yeah, right. It just sits
It turns
on
on
top
the
of it.
camera and like.
You have to have your 3D glasses on. For
Of course,
it.
of course.
Yes,
Your Google Glass.
Your Google Glass.
In order to see it.
And you have to look directly into the sun. Don't look away. Look directly at the sun.
That searing pain just means that time is being told.
Working.
It's thinking. It's like those Listerine commercials where it's like that tingling sensation lets you know it's working. It's like, you mean when my mouth burns? Well, holy hell! Like that's the germs being killed. It's
While
not
the
just my
sun
nerves
is burning my
dying.
retinas.
And then
Don't
it
worry,
burns
you'll
while
be-
I pee.
You shouldn't drink this.
Well,
They
that's what
say
happens
that
when you're
large
into
enough friends.
salacious activity. But anyway, today we're joined by Kelly Nova, Ace Nova, Fuzzy Slippers, and Ice. So
You always introduce Ice as Ice. Everyone else is like, ugh, whatever.
well, I always end with him. I have to get that guttural Ice. Well, I do that with Blood Ocean as well because his name is like so deadly.
Awesome.
Blood Ocean 07.
And then
that was the year of the. That was the year the floods were completely red. Blood red. 07.
Was that instead of Shark Week? It was this Shark Year, and they were just tearing up everybody.
It was from
Or
all
it
the
was just
stab
algae
wounds.
blooms. It was just the red algae blooms. That was it. It was just algae. Don't worry about it, guys. It happened.
That was the year the Sharknadoes came, and they took no prisoners. I seriously wonder if you can.
Blood Ocean is one Red Sea you ain't gonna be parting.
That's what happens when you stab the
Yeah. An ocean of blood. I think that's like the aftermath of a 300 movie.
That demonstration.
Yeah. Like a breaststroke.
It's like the blood coming out of the elevator in The Shining.
Oh,
Anything
yeah.
anime based is just.
Oh yeah, the pressurized blood.
Wait a second, that was like 12 gallons in 2 seconds.
So
That's some highly pressurized.
We're
blood.
gonna need a bigger tampon.
They have like a helicopter. Where do I drop it, sir?
I love that I can make vagina jokes with you guys, and you're not weirded out.
Speaking of tampons, I saw a picture on
Speaking
Tumblr
of
that now there's fake tampons where you can actually put booze inside, so you can go to the bathroom and then like secretly drink in the stalls.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I wouldn't do that. Not
I
medically
imagine it would
advised.
burn really bad.
Yeah, and then put it like
Wait,
inside you, so if it breaks, you're gonna have some really awkward times.
Well, couldn't that kill you? Because I saw 1,000 Ways to Die, and someone was in the sexual fetish of champagne enemas, and apparently you can get alcohol poisoning
Yeah.
from that. So
Right.
kids, don't try that at home because
It's directly introduced.
Yeah, it goes
blood
directly into the
alcohol,
bloodstream.
straight to the bloodstream. No dilution.
Yeah.
No processing. Just
kids,
straight
I know
alcohol.
it sounds exhilarating to have a champagne enema, but don't try it. You're risking your life.
And don't soak a tampon in alcohol and shove it up your cooch, because that's like the worst yeast infection at best.
Well, I don't think it
At
actually
best,
goes
the
inside.
best thing
It's
to
just,
happen to you.
You're gonna have to
I
explain.
think it's
why your
from
vagina
the
smells
picture. I think it's just like a fake flask or whatever. You just
What is that,
keep it in
Luis?
or something.
Did we miss
No,
that?
I don't think you actually put it inside yourself. It's like a fake flask from the picture that I saw. You just like keep it in your
I thought you were
purse,
smuggling,
but like the outside
booze
just
into
makes
the
it look like it's a pack of tampons.
Oh, that's way better. That's way
Well,
better.
now when
It's
you put it that
dumb.
way, that's a great idea.
I
Find all the
guarantee you
craziest
somebody
things on
probably
there.
that's like, I think it'll fit.
Yeah. Will it fit? It's like the YouTube channel, Will It Blend? Oh my god, that reminds me of a work
Jesus.
story. So every now and then we'll find like random contraband, and I forgot what they found recently. I think they found, I want to say it was like tobacco.
You work at the
and-
men's part of the jail?
Yeah, I work in the
Or-
men's part,
okay.
but they were talking about the female part.
Oh, okay.
And female parts, because they're like, yeah, we found a balloon, and then they're like random objects, and they're like, yeah, I think that this was probably in one of the cavities. They didn't say which
I
one.
love one of the cavities. In the ladies' jail, you decide which.
Well, it's multiple choice, you know.
Of course.
So yeah,
Well, I have 3 cavities right here.
yeah, right.
As he points to his teeth.
Yeah, I can't fit a shank in there. But anyway, shout outs to Casey who just joined us in
Hey,
the chat.
Casey.
She said, "Wait, do I hear the Novas?" Yes, you do.
Yes.
Yeah.
I miss you.
Yeah, we didn't quite advertise them, but yes, they are here.
Surprise.
Surprise guest.
So we have the honorary Casey Nova. That's her name now.
Yes. She's one of
As
us.
the Nova Corps grows ever stronger. So, I mean, I guess you guys have an entire planet. You probably should have more than 2 people.
Then-
One
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
We have one hero. He
Must
does everything.
repopulate.
It's kind of like, I don't know if you guys... You had it right.
Build robots.
You had it right. Yeah, we don't need to copulate now. We're good. Casey says, best surprise ever.
Yay!
But I don't know if you guys ever heard, the whole plan to colonize Mars. I think I mentioned this on a
Let
previous
people
podcast.
send people there to die.
Well, there's that too.
Is it the New
That
Australia?
was plan 1. Was there another plan? Plan 1 was like send them there, like basically keep sending people, let them like do their job, and then eventually they'll die because you can't get them back.
Okay, well, their plan was like to send. I want to say it was like 4 people at a time. Maybe it was
Yeah.
a little bit more. Maybe it was like 8. But they were going to send them there and fund it by making it pretty much like the reality show, like Big Brother. So they were going to fund it with making it a reality show.
People
But-
volunteered for free to
Yeah.
go to Mars.
No.
So it's not even like, but that's not even the worst part. It's just like, can you imagine being on a planet where literally, like just the amount of people that are in this room right now, plus Luis, like that's the entire planet. Like,
How much is
you
the
know-
time delay on that? That's like what?
Oh,
30
we're gonna be
minutes?
partying every day.
Party. What you can't do anything interesting on Mars other than have your suit like be contaminated and die. Like that's the best thing that could happen.
They're
in
probably
that
gonna
situation.
But
You
go.
can jump.
That's true. The high jump
mean-
competitions will be out of this
mean-
world.
Basketball would be incredible.
It'll be really, really interesting.
Space Jam!
once the sandstorm's
Yeah, we'll
moving.
finally have Space
In
Jam.
real life, I'm so excited. Let's do this.
And you know someone's gonna smuggle some alcohol in.
Oh
In
my-
their
it would hit
vagina.
them so much harder.
Duh.
They're just breathing in pure oxygen. So it's like they're high from that, and then you add alcohol, just higher even faster.
Then they do some whippets on top of that. And
I just can't imagine that being very interesting, and it'd be really sad. Like if you see someone die, like on screen, you're like, "Oh man, that person's dead," but they died 30 minutes ago. And you're like, "Oh, I'm looking."
yeah, there would be quite a tape delay with that. I guess they could cut out anything like the government didn't want people to see. It's like, oh, that person died. We're just gonna cut the commercial here.
The aliens that live there, like, oh, whoops.
But
Yeah.
if they do it in a reality show style, you're not going to know these people you're going with. So like, what if you absolutely hate someone,
Well,
and
they'll-
you
they'll
know they're
probably
going to
kill them on
hire
the
the
trip there.
bitch?
Then you're gonna have one less person there.
The Hunger Games.
I wonder
in
how many
space.
ships are gonna just like explode in like mid space because they all went crazy.
Well, and if
Yeah.
you send
He's got space dementia.
space dementia,
It's space fever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hey,
space
I-
fever.
Ah!
oh man.
In space, no one can hear you broadcast.
I think the worst thing would be getting voted out. Like, how do you
What
handle that?
happened?
You just get jettisoned into the emptiness.
You just
of
get thrown into a
space.
sandstorm.
You've been
Get
voted
out.
off the planet. They just kick you in the chest. This is Mars Sparta, and you're just floated out there.
Actually, that'd be the most.
You've been voted off the
The
planet.
first colony should be called Sparta because Mars is the god
Yes.
of war.
Oh yes,
This
exactly.
is perfect.
Nice.
So they should just make a warrior like nation, and they're just
Yeah.
preparing for war with no other people on
With
the
the
planet.
elements.
They're pretty
They're
much.
at war with the elements.
Yeah, the giant sandstorms that are
They're
gonna
just
kill you.
they're polluting with greenhouse gases like crazy to build an atmosphere.
And then the alien race that lives on Mars will come up, and they will rise as the Persians.
That's where they
before
went.
me.
But
They
really,
didn't lose to the Greeks.
they're Guillermo del Toro creatures.
They went to
They
Mars.
somehow made it to Mars.
That explains why Xerxes was so tall because he
I
was-
mean, seriously.
Yeah.
No.
and he
With lower
does,
gravity, he could get even bigger.
it does work in Dragon Ball Z. So
So if it can work on Dragon Ball Z,
I always
Yeah.
wondered how they created the gravity, like extra gravity in Dragon Ball Z. It was like, did you have like a black hole in there? Like, how are you doing that?
well, I mean, considering they can power up and be
Yeah.
felt by other planets, they could probably create a black hole.
I'm pretty sure too. It was like probably within the realm of capability.
I mean, nothing makes sense in that universe. So
I know. I was like,
Everything
I like
makes
that.
sense.
This
Little-
is
the
what
Super
gets
Saiyan
you.
It's a Super Saiyan cricket in there. It's like,
Yeah.
oh!
They did have a cricket people. It was a similar planet to Mars. She'd have blew it up with like 2 fingers.
Yeah, he was just like, whatever. And then he shows up on Earth, and it takes him like 10 minutes to blow up the
Yeah, I
planet.
know. I guess maybe because I don't know. It was just
There's
that's
more
how-
shit on Earth,
That was
maybe?
how
Maybe the
unimportant
core
the
is made
planet
out
was.
of
He didn't
plutonium
have
or
time.
something.
There were things worth watching on Earth.
Yeah.
A bunch of cricket people. What are they gonna do? Hop around?
My favorite part was like they were like, "You are our saviors. You freed us from captivity." It's like, fuck these guys. There was zero reason to blow up the planet. They did capture them, but
they were supposed to you're supposed to get rid of the population so people could move in.
Yeah.
That was their job, and they were terrible at it. The Saiyans suck. They're the worst employees ever.
They went to the same school as Superman for saving the planet. But Blood Show 7 had recommended they should make a maximum security prison on Mars, like in MIB 3. I don't know if everyone saw that.
Yeah.
Did
I
anybody
did.
see that?
I saw it,
I
actually.
saw it.
I feel like I did.
I haven't seen it.
It was on Netflix, and I was bored.
It's about
there you go.
It's better than the second one.
What is that one about?
The first one's
is that
still
with the
only one you
lady?
should
That's the one
watch.
where they go back in time.
Yeah, and then
And
just
Josh-
makes
Oh yeah!
They did the
I
stupid
love Josh
time
Brolin.
loop. Made the
That's how I know I
time
saw
loop.
that one.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Casey says, speaking of the Hunger Games, did anyone see the Catching Fire Part 1 trailer?
Heck no.
No.
I
Not
saw
yet.
it. It looks pretty good.
Pretty
What's the
good.
death count so far?
I don't think anyone died in the trailer.
See, the movies are always it's all about killing people, and then no one dies.
Well, was Philip Seymour Hoffman in the trailer?
I don't remember seeing him, actually.
Because if he was, that would kind of count.
Yeah, oh, that is
Oh,
true.
sad.
That is true, though.
Sad. I forgot that he was
So
Dead?
Yeah.
Yes,
in
Louise?
the movie. In that movie.
Yeah, Luis, what's up?
I posted the link to the Flash thing.
Oh, okay.
Stand on Flash. You can see.
All right, let me check. Oh, in the chat?
Yeah, it's in the chat.
Sorry.
Oh, my God.
Is that knocking?
Someone is knocking at my chamber door.
Oh,
Knock,
jeez.
knocking at my chamber
Yeah, knock,
door.
knock, knocking on heaven's door.
I was going for Edgar Allan Poe, but okay.
Oh, I was thinking of the song that's in Cowboy Bebop.
What? Is he late?
What?
What? You know what time we start.
Sir, you are 20 minutes late.
Everybody, Agamemnon just walked into the door. Hello!
No, seriously, who walked in the door?
He looks like he was living in the
You
Outback.
look wonderful, sir.
We have
Full
a
Metal Alchemist
celebrity.
shirt.
Yeah, he had to transmute himself.
Transmute a crib.
We needed the equivalent exchange, so the 20 minutes for Agamemnon to appear. So, for those that have been listening,
seriously,
we
who
thought
appeared?
that the kangaroos had devoured Agamemnon in the Australian outback. We are relieved that he has survived. He has not gone the way of the crocodile hunter. He is living. He's still standing. He's still strong, and he's got a beard to prove it. So,
And it looks good on him, too.
yeah. Well, that's the way. I don't know. That's the way this man was born to look, with a beard on his face.
He just came out of the womb with a beard.
He did. The doctor was like, "Okay, I don't even need
It's
to
a boy?
It was like, "It's a man."
You heard a man.
But no, it's good to have him back. So we were talking about.
Feels good.
Yeah.
Jay, is that you there?
He's like Zola. He's totally like Zola. It's like, wait a second, is the computer talking?
You have to speak with a German accent from this point.
No. Guten Tag.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. I see. Okay, so they just pulled up a picture of what Luis was talking about. It's a tube that you put booze into to shove up your vagina. Does it come with a baggie?
Yeah, you put like the alcohol in the tube and then the tube in a fake wrapper or whatever.
Why would you put it in a fake wrapper?
Well,
Just
so-
shove it up your
To
cooch.
make it
It's
look
plastic.
like
It's fine.
I guess.
Well,
I
guess
know.
if you're
I
like
just
in the
sucked
club,
up
they're
some-
like searching you. You're like trying to sneak in somewhere. They're like, "Oh, that's his tampon." First of all, I
What
don't
are
want.
you
Well, it's
gonna
like, no,
wait.
I feel like it's more like, I don't want to put my lips on something that was up my vagina. You just put alcohol up your vagina to store it. You are about to consume body temperature alcohol. You're as low as it's going to get. Don't worry about putting your mouth on your own vagina juices, okay?
Well, whenever you're stabbing, you will.
Hey, that's the first thing you got to get over.
The girl in the package looks so excited. It looks like she's about to eat the little tubing on it.
Well, it's funny because
Like-
the tube looks like a Slim Jim. It's just like
In her hand? Like, what did you put in there?
because it's like.
Are you
red
on your
or brown or
period when you
something.
shoved it up there?
She might have been because it does look kind of reddish.
This is so
at least,
awful.
like, you know, like for like has like an ice pack around it or something. Like
it literally just has. It's like a little tube that like if they draw blood and they put that in there, and then there's just like tampon wrappers.
What purpose does this serve? I don't understand where you'd be taking that little of alcohol.
No,
It could be Everclear.
it's a shot basically.
Well, yeah, one shot does not equal.
Well, but there are 5 fake tampons.
But the okay. In case,
it gets loose in your vagina. Yeah.
well, anatomy lesson: the vagina stretches, and so if you shove many up there,
and that's where babies come from.
you can just take the lids off all of them and just like, wah! It's like the best birthday shot you've ever had. Probably not actually.
The best part is to pass those all around, and then after everyone drinks, I'm like, you want to know where those just
Surprise!
came from? Vagina shots.
Oh my
Yes,
god!
Vagina shot.
Vagina shot.
Why does it feel like something Mad Max would give out?
So the dumb friend goes to the bar. I would like a vagina shot.
The bartender's like, hold on.
I feel bad now because I actually had one of those when I was in California recently.
What, a vagina
What?
shot?
It was called a vagina shot.
Whoa.
Actually, it was called the other word shot, but
Did it come from?
The C word?
That's my.
the word.
Oh, the C word's my favorite word.
Ponzi
I was gonna
scheme?
say, like, that's our favorite.
My favorite boat.
What?
Copacabana?
Crocodile. It was a crocodile shot. So, what was in the drink? Did it come from a vagina?
That's the mystery.
Ah.
It did have ice in it though. Not ice.
Wait, I was in there.
Ice, you were in LA?
I picture him like in a burlesque type martini.
What I put Friday
Drink it
night-
up, buddy.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Oh.
Although I was in LA
Oh my
about
God.
4 years
That
ago,
makes me think
so.
of Iceman having sex like that must be very cold.
But if you have a vagina shot up there,
What's
he
her
could
name?
cool it for you.
Firestar.
I'm just saying.
So you want some of that scotch on the rocks?
He'd be the best bartender because he'd just be like, cool. And then you could make the like ice, like even if you couldn't slide it on the surface, or whatever, you just make it ice and just slide it over.
Jeez.
Wait, I'm sliding now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking Iceman as a bartender.
Bartender, yes.
Chill out.
You know
need
he's
to
using
cool
all those
down.
puns.
Oh yeah.
He
Casey-
really likes Batman Forever.
Freeze
whatever
in
movie
hell,
that-
Batman.
Freeze in hell, Batman.
Casey says we're really putting her off on going out for her 18th.
Just don't drink any weirdly named shots.
Yeah, going out's overrated.
So okay, so we've concluded that the vagina shot, well, the quote unquote vagina shot had ice in it, but you don't know what the other contents of said shot
Was it
were.
pink?
The vagina shots monologue.
Nice.
You win the internet.
Only minutes being back on the podcast, and Agamemnon knew he was home.
Hey.
Blood Ocean says you must compare beards with him.
So I'm curious. What did the vagina shot taste like? Did it taste like vaginas?
It tasted kind of sweet.
Okay.
That's all I can remember. Because it tasted sweet.
That's all you need to remember sometimes. Did you get her name at least?
You had to make a V with your hands while you were drinking it, though.
Wait, just like hold it out and drink it, or
Was that like more
like
spots?
between
It was
it?
recommended to put it over the cup and then like...
Okay. Okay.
So
Be-
is this a
like
Vulcan
you do.
thing?
Yeah.
It just reminds me of my bachelor party and like one of my
Vagina shots for everyone.
My groomsman, he was like, "I'm gonna get a duck fart." I'm like, what the
A-
hell is that?
Say
and
a
he told
dove?
me what it was, and I was like, "That is the most disgusting thing I have ever heard of."
When he
It
went
would
to
curdle
go,
almost instantly.
Do share.
what was in it? It was.
Do share.
They're so funny. It had a Kahlua and milk and what else? Bailey's
I don't remember.
and vodka.
From a shoe?
It's called a duck fart.
Oh, okay. They said dove fart, but I guess they're both birds.
No.
After you take the shot, does the dog from Duck Hunt come up and laugh
Oh,
at
I
you?
wish.
It should.
He-
He's in Smash Brothers.
Really?
Can we
I
match
know
him
off
to death?
topic, but he's gonna be in the next Smash
That's
Brothers.
fantastic.
Oh, nice.
Him and the duck.
Every attack should just be mocking the other opponent, because that's like all he's
Yeah.
known for. Yeah, exactly.
It feels like they're mocking Banjo.
I would waste so much ammo because I'd be shooting at
Yes.
him.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then he'd go down and I'd just like waste all my ammo.
He just
Though
They
I
need
have to
a
admit,
way
I loved Banjo-Kazooie.
They need to have a way to incorporate the light gun from the original Nintendo into that
He pulls
game.
it out.
Like,
like,
when you do like the special
Western
moves-
style.
remotes.
Well, no, I want the actual light gun, sir. Like, if you have to tape it on, it's got to work. But I want to make
Where
it
it makes the loud click.
because you know, like in the previous Smash Brothers with Snake's special, like you could aim the little thingamajig. But if you could do that with the light gun, you just shoot whoever's on screen, and the dog comes up like every time you missed it. You're like, I thought you were on my team, you son of a bitch.
Literally, you're a son of a bitch.
Yeah. I'm switching to the duck. But, you know.
Speaking
You
of
can flip
Smash
the dog
Brothers,
over.
thanks to Blood Ocean,
You can flip the
I
dog
got one of the
over.
codes to play the demo,
Oh, did
and
you?
I tried out Mega Man, and Mega Man is super awesome.
Nice
Oh, balls! Is that live now?
balls.
The-
balls.
The demo for the 3DS.
Son of a
Is that
I
a
don't-
TGS?
I don't know about the Wii U, and it's
Sounds
also
like a
because
game
his for Mega Man Special, you have like all the Mega Mans like of the original and X and like some of the other ones that all like come together to like do like one special like Mega Buster attack.
So like Voltron. With the powers
But they're all
combined.
standing next to each
Well,
other.
the more
They,
you
they
plug
don't
in, the better
football.
it gets.
It's more like the Power Rangers when they all get in line.
Oh, and they all morph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all start like power of blah blah.
They make it the
White
super
Ranger,
ultimate
blah,
weapon, which I don't understand why they don't just keep it in that mode and just bring it to battle. I mean, like,
Because it looks cooler with a tiger coming at you.
That is
Yeah,
true.
with the
Because when
sweet-
they're
with the
when they're-
sweet
they look
music in
much
the background.
they're much more awesome when they're in animal form.
I know.
They look all weird in the human form. Like, can you guys go back to animal form and get this
Camille's
done?
not.
It's more
Yeah.
aesthetically
Ultron
pleasing.
at least, is cool.
Yeah,
Through and
Ultron's
through.
badass. Yeah, Ultron. Yeah, or Ultron.
Ultraman's cool too. He
But
just
I meant
grows
Ultron.
big. He's
Ultron is,
tiny
pretty
little.
cool, too.
They turn into a monster.
Looking.
He just goes big.
I want you to grow big. But speaking of Power Rangers, actually,
Stab the wound.
That's what she said.
I don't know if you watched the Death Battle.
Chief had a move where he would say a nutchuck and then he'd
Yeah.
like grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the Birdman?
His-
Where you're
yeah,
supposed to
yeah.
copy? I can no longer grow big and stab the wound.
He spilled coffee on himself. Could no longer grow.
Yeah, it was a tragic day for everyone.
I
But
am
I'm-
so lost.
Podcast derailed.
Birdman attorney at law episode.
I never saw.
Okay, so basically, like different Hanna-Barbera characters and some, I guess some were DC that were under that license, and they'd come to Harvey Birdman to sue whoever. So Apache Chief is a superhero,
Yeah.
that can,
Yeah.
Well,
that
they're
can
Warner
grow
Brothers.
big.
Chuck.
Hanna-Barbera is a Warner Brothers product.
Okay, well, there you go. Then that makes sense. So yeah, it's pretty much like making fun of like the McDonald's thing where like the lady spills coffee in her lap, but he
Oh.
spills it on his crotch, and instead of like being able, and it's like so they're making a euphemism from like
Okay.
he can't,
Uses powers.
yeah, use his powers to grow big, and he can't.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, and certain areas like stabbing the womb, if you know what I mean. So so that was what that episode was about. And at
That's
the very end, he was able to grow big
hilarious.
again, and the world was a little bit safer.
I'm kind of excited for him.
Underwear under his like little kilt thing.
Would
so.
you?
He did.
No, yeah, I know.
I
he
would
did.
Dr. Manhattan that shit.
Right?
Behold!
I imagine that's how he attacked Vietnam, Dr. Manhattan. This is just like, oh, come on.
They were just like, shield your eyes.
That's just wrong, dude.
Slap everybody.
Yeah, pretty much. Just it'd be like-
Literally.
Humor, though, so.
I think that's like any country they just surrender right there. Like it's one thing to die on the battlefield with dignity. It's another thing to be dick slapped by a giant glowing blue dong to death.
Yeah.
Like
He
nobody.
does that every single time we go to war.
America! You hear that, ISIL? we will dick slap you.
We're sending Dr.
We
Manhattan.
built robots
there.
for this exact
Every time
purpose.
Obama goes somewhere, he just says, "You want me to drop trial?"
I will do it.
It wouldn't be prudent, but I'll do it.
Biden, get the zipper.
Joe, you know what to do.
Right Russia's like, you know what? Actually, Ukraine does not look so good anymore. We'll just go back to Moscow. Don't just keep the pants on.
That's a really good Russian accent.
Yes, bravo.
We want to inform the Kremlin. We are pulling out troops. But yes, thank you.
Can we offer you a bit of Siberia?
Yeah, right. How about peace treaty with vodka? You know, I had mentioned this before. With they had like the most like political vodka advertisement on a billboard that I'd ever seen. Where it was just like, I guess it was some, it was Russian vodka. No, it was Polish vodka.
Okay.
And they're like, the reason why Snowden wishes he had sought asylum in Poland. I was just like, wow, on a billboard for alcohol, like, they're getting really political at this. I was impressed. I'm like, if I'm going to get drunk on vodka,
Poland.
I'm getting that kind. I don't remember what kind it was, though, unfortunately.
I'm sure it's the only Polish vodka you can get in the
Yeah,
US.
probably.
Now I want to know what it is and I want to try some.
Yeah, but the next time I
If
drive to America,
Russia,
I'll keep an eye out.
vodka drinks you.
One sip at a time, my friend. One sip at a time.
In Soviet Russia, vagina shot take you.
In Soviet Russia, womb stabs you.
I think there's a movie about that too.
What, teeth?
It's called pure.
Are we talking about that on the podcast?
We might have. I just
Fellas, I think it's called cramps.
We did talk about that a long time ago. That
Oh,
was when,
okay.
Fuzzy first came out.
Oh, okay. The first appearance of fuzzy slippers.
But
That's-
the
I don't know
teeth
how
don't
much is
eat
that worth?
her.
No, yeah,
They eat appendages.
they eat any invaders to that region.
I mean,
Any troop that try to invade will quickly pull out.
There will be no womb stabbing here.
not in my house.
Oh man! So speaking of traveling off
Imagine
appendages,
trying to take out your alcohol. Like, where are you supposed to store your alcohol then?
that is true. I don't know. I
The
mean,
teeth hold it.
they're holding it like a cigar.
But then you gotta pull it out, and it's just like,
I guess that
do the
way-
teeth know its own?
I would imagine so. I mean, I think it's like more like a muscle. So.
Okay.
The philosophy on vagina denta.
Don't think too hard about it then, Bill Cosby.
I'm gonna.
Say Huxtable.
I think I'm gonna start going by that monocle.
Monocle.
Moniker.
My
Freudian
monocle.
slip. Professor Prometheus.
I just want the monocle so bad.
I don't know where I packed mine. But anyway, going back to the Hunger Games.
We're talking about Hunger Games.
A while back, like a million years ago. So,
Was there like a trailer or something?
yeah. Casey says that Katniss seems even more badass in the movie. Says me and Katniss are like the same person. And who is it that we're asking who was in the trailer?
Hoffman.
Yeah. So
Dustin Hoffman?
yes, Dustin Hoffman we
Yes.
believe is in the trailer.
Philip
He's-
Seymour Hoffman.
He's going to be playing Katniss Everdeen. So
Focus on the ones that are still alive.
they're gonna recast her just like War Machine.
Next time, baby. No, not next time.
You don't deserve to wear that suit. Oh man. Oh, okay. I guess Casey's saying that too. She says, "Oh my God, that movie, worst mistake ever watching that. The ending was just too much."
Teeth.
I'm assuming she's talking about Teeth because I don't think we mentioned any other movie besides.
I
Hunger
haven't seen
Games.
Teeth.
I haven't.
I don't really.
Not,
How did
not
it
since
end?
not since I brushed,
Okay.
but
I just want to punch you so bad.
I get that a lot actually.
Prometheus brushes his vagina.
After shots, it is important because if not, you get cavity.
Instead of Listerine, it's like Summer's Eve.
That tingling means it's working.
You think
Well,
that's
since-
good? You
since
should
we're
try the
speak-
body wash. It's Herbal Essence brand.
Since we're,
Makes mouths tingling.
oh gosh.
Oh man. So
Since we're speaking of teeth, actual teeth, I actually have to get my wisdom teeth, all 4 removed.
does that mean you're
That
going to lose
sucks.
some of that comic book knowledge with all that wisdom?
Oh no,
being
no.
removed?
It's I store it elsewhere for safety.
If you know what I
And
mean.
other cavity. So you can smuggle it into the comic book store. Don't worry, guys, I got this. But no, actually, it's not that bad. I actually had my wisdom teeth removed, and me no dumb. So, but it was kind of funny because my sister had their wisdom teeth removed, and like they really like swell up, and like their cheeks were like huge, like they looked like squirrels. And so I was like,
Squirrel girl.
I was being kind of a dick about it. And I was laughing at them, and then I had to get mine out. I was like, oh, yeah. They're like, oh, now it's our turn, but I didn't have that much swelling, so joke's still on them.
Well, how are you feeling, Luis?
Well, I'm sorry?
How are you feeling after you got your wisdom teeth out?
Oh, no, I still haven't. I haven't gone yet. I have to go to like somewhere else for evaluation and then surgery.
Jeez.
You should go to the dentist that Agamemnon went to.
Well, the funny thing is like the dentist who told me the way he delivered the news was kind of like the way you deliver like you tell somebody that their family or loved one is not gonna make it from a surgery or something.
Oh, you have to sign like a liability waiver.
No, because he comes to me and you know, after like you know the checking and everything, and he's all like, "Well, I don't have good news for you. Unfortunately, we had to take those wisdom teeth out. I just
that's a normal fucking thing to do.
This is so common, right? We're going to take out your heart and replace it.
He's like, sir, you're going to want to sit down for this.
So, Luis, I feel like he was maybe a little... I feel like he was a little timid because he's never done it before. You might want to go to a different doctor.
Apparently.
Yeah, because if not, you're going to get to the end of like the surgery, and when you wake up, it's like, I have something really terrible to tell you. I accidentally took all of your teeth.
And perhaps a kidney. My bad.
I only left you with these fangs.
He's telling me all this, and like I don't know, with such worriness. I'm like, okay, if they have to come out, they have to come out. I mean, like, you don't have to like tell me like I'm dying or something.
Is it cancer, Doc?
It's tooth cancer. Did he go to med school at the wherever place publishes Operation?
Is your doctor's name Nick?
I was gonna say. Hi, everybody.
Oh,
Oh God, I think I'm at trust him more.
Dr. Doom will do a good job.
He actually, I don't know. He might just be he might mess up on purpose. Like he would have the skills to do it. I don't doubt that.
Only if it gained him in some way. Like it's like if you were like Steve Rogers, yeah, he'd screw you up. But
what if he was like
if he's
busy?
just a regular dude, he'd probably be like, "I'm Dr. Doom, I'm perfect." I
guess he would be vain enough where he would even fix stuff you didn't even go in for. Like you have perfect teeth.
You had plaque in your heart. I removed that for you.
He's just like, I bet Richards couldn't do that. Yeah.
Richards couldn't do shit because he's too busy in his own like little world of his.
Fantastic Four ain't got shit on me. Just flies off with his little rocket boots.
That'd be the best Dr. Doom. He like shows up like with the best birthday cake ever. He was like, Reed Richards can't do that shit.
Because he made it himself.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. He's got to be really bored in that area. I know he has to be.
He only has Doom bots to keep him company.
That's how it would be like on Mars.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He plays chess with his Doom bots.
Yeah, right.
That sounds really sad. Actually,
I know you cheated because I programmed you to cheat.
I wish Ultron were here.
Yeah, right. Why can't I
no
be
one
in the
ever.
next Avengers movie?
It's called Under the Doom.
The Doom Paul.
Just because we're in a bubble
Dr.
doesn't
Doom.
mean I can't cause any trouble.
I totally forgot he
Hey,
existed.
Doomster!
He just finger lasers him.
Oh yeah, I was thinking that movie. His appearance in that movie would last all of 30 seconds, and that's his Doom charged up his most dangerous weapon to like blow his head off.
He killed him in 3 different dimensions.
The Doom bots come up and just sweep up his remains and go off.
They go off singing an Opal Loopus.
That'd be the best way to make your robot. Your deadly robots are Oompa Loompas.
Drop those in Russia or something.
The weasel is no more.
He has Chumbawambas like Oh man.
I love you guys.
And we love you too. Before we get to the next topic, yeah, all right.
Oh my! Oh, I do declare.
Oh my! But,
Oh, Lordy.
so, Casey says she has 16 days to forget about this combo. I guess mainly talking about the vagina shots and other other activities of cavities and teeth. But anyway, so there's rumors going around that perhaps some Easter eggs might be teasing a vigilante anti-hero by the name of Frank Castle, better known as the Punisher. So
Easter eggs in what?
So apparently, well, because everyone knows nothing says punishment like a yellow Penske truck running over the bad guys. So apparently in Winter Soldier, there are two occasions where the same I guess it's Penske truck. I guess they're like, are they moving trucks or are they like UPS? Okay. So he's moving the bad guys to hell. So in two occasions, these guys, he like aided in, I guess, helping Captain America by just kind of ramming the bad guys. Kind of like in Dark Knight where Bruce Wayne's trying to pretend like he's not Batman. He's like, oh, I'm just going to crash my Lamborghini right into the bad guy.
The guy gives it a look and he's just like, I got you.
Yeah, the guy that was like that was going to spill the beans on him.
Reese.
Yeah. So people are speculating that this might be showing that Punisher is in that universe. So I guess his Punisher war van is a little bit brighter than in the comic books. So yeah, so I've been on a push of this.
So Penske truck equals Punisher?
Well, if you
getting with the equation here,
Well, you read the comics.
Well, technically, if you take
he used it once in 1984.
Yeah, right?
For 2 frames, and then never again.
In the Penske advertisement tie-in, Punisher moves the world
To hell.
Yeah. He actually was behind the wheel of a Penske truck and took out a competitor.
Yeah, you can't argue when business is booming.
Yeah, exactly. Business is good. Out of the barrel of my gun. So I don't know. It's like it's a very loose like theory where it's like, okay, a truck's running into people and apparently
it's not a theory. It was thrown out there by the directors.
Yeah, during an interview,
the
Russo brothers were saying, "Hey, yeah, there's a guy over there who has a particular skill set."
Oh, okay.
That was aiding Captain America.
Yeah.
So
he
Liam
could use a
Neeson's
gun,
in it then.
whatever. Shoot out the tires. just ram in the back of them. Don't pull out your guns and your excellent aim and shoot out tires or anything. Just hit him, yeah.
Sometimes you don't. Well, he doesn't have time to make a full cameo. He'd actually have to aim and stop.
Think of all the Hydra he could have killed if he would have just joined Cap.
Think of all the Hydra he could have killed.
I was like, he wants to punish bad guys.
That.
There you go.
He could have killed all the Hydra.
Maybe it was like a weekend.
I mean,
for him.
Hydra is his like fantasy like bad guy because you kill one, two more show up, so it's like infinite fun.
Yes,
That is
so much Hydra.
That is actually the Punisher's wet dream. So I don't know if you guys read Punisher Max, but I just read like the prequel series and it's Punisher Born.
Oh yeah,
and it's
and
I
it's like
thought he was gonna be Punisher minimum.
So is he a baby kicking ass?
This is pretty cool.
yeah, well, pretty much he's in Vietnam, and it's like really dark. But pretty much this whole thing is like he's like obsessed with having like a war that never ends because he's pretty messed up like that. It goes on and on. You kill one Hydra, 2 more pop up, and
It starts out as him like joining the army,
well, he's kind of already
and then
there.
he gets saved by Marines, and so he's like, "Well, I know which regiment I need to be in." So then he joins the Marines from then on, and that's
Can
pretty
you
much
do
like,
that?
You just like
Well, once your tour of duty is over,
when you're the
then,
Punisher.
then you can quit. Then you're done, and then you
And you
just
can
sign
enlist somewhere else?
Yeah,
join the Marines.
as long as you're still in good standing, I guess.
As long as you're not.
I would assume. You
Yeah,
can't be dishonorably discharged.
Yeah,
It's
it's
gonna be
like,
like,
oh, whatever. They'll take
tomorrow.
anybody.
Too much.
Yeah.
Perfect.
He's like, no, sir, I didn't kill enough. You're exactly who we need for the Kill Hydra program.
How many Purple Hearts? Oh, okay, that's too many.
No, those are the hearts I shot. But I think Punisher vs. Hydra would be perfect. I mean, it would never end. Like, I mean, the way comic books want to pretty much exist into infinity, like it would actually be the perfect enemy for him.
I just got a flash of like celebrity deathmatch. Punisher versus Hydra.
It is like 5 years later, and like there's just mounds and mounds of people dying, and the stadium has to like keep moving backwards.
He's
away
finally
from them.
broke a sweat.
Yeah,
Give
he's
me
like,
a real fight.
No, I'm really mad.
Yeah, right. Drinks a Red Bull. 500 more Hydra to go. Let's do this. There's a scene like at the very end, like to spoil it for anyone who plans on reading it. Speak up now.
At the very end of what?
Punisher. It's not a
It's
not a huge spoiler. Punisher Born. Basically, like the way the story is, like towards the end, he's like what's assumed to be death. Like, it seems like at first it seems like it's his consciousness telling him, where he's just like, you want to make a deal with me. You love being here. Come on, where you want to keep killing people. And he's like, nah, I'm good. I'm just gonna go home and see my family. He's like, nah. You like it here, Castle. So anyway, at the very end, it's like everyone in his regiment's dead. They're still waiting for backup. The Viet Cong are like surrounded him.
Yeah.
And it's like nothing but him and like just like his empty gun. And finally he's just like, make a deal. And he's like, all right, yes. And then he just like beats everyone to death with only his gun. And like when the cavalry finally comes in, just like in a typical like Hollywood movie where it's like, well, the fighting's done. And now we got like 300 guys to aid us. And he looks like pretty much like a walking corpse. They're like
he's just standing in like a pile of bodies.
Yeah.
Right? Just like
That's kind of badass.
like
pretty
demon,
much
like the overcast on your eyeball look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they're just all freak. What happened?
It just he
That's
just
how they sounded. When you read that? What happened?
I don't know.
I
was
killed
imagining
them.
the shock in their mind. That's how I would have been.
I would have told him DBC.
You can't shoot people. You
The
have,
people are
come on,
dead.
like once you killed one guy, you could have picked up his gun. You didn't have to continue beating everyone.
Yeah, I think he was in the zone though. You know,
Yeah.
he was just like, I don't even want to let this go.
I feel like Frank Castle's preferred method is beating the shit out of people.
I would imagine so.
Did you burp into the microphone?
all he kept hearing in his head was Ultra Kill.
Ooga chaka, ooga chaka. Triple kill, quadruple kill, Armageddon, finish him.
Ultra.
Oh, shit.
Some guy shoots him in the shoulder. Combo breaker. You bastard! You took away my high score.
Fatality!
Can you just imagine?
That would be the best fighting game ever.
That's actually just Death playing a video game. It's just like him playing Punisher.
Pretty
He's
much.
killing people like 500 points. This game's the best thing ever.
Oh man, but yeah, it's
So
pretty.
That
Punisher
actually is
versus
pretty much how
Hydra.
the Punisher video game is, though.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you go
Remember
into
from
a
PS2?
rage mode. It's like really brief. It's on PS2.
Yeah.
You go
Like
into
he
a rage
hulks
mode,
out, basically?
Well, it's like everything goes black and white and just
Yeah.
kind of like really jagged looking, like you're having a bad dream, and it's like
He just
you
murders
like
everyone.
wave your hand and people explode.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I like using
You're
people
just
as
like
meat
dual
shields.
wielding like butcher knives.
Nice.
Yeah.
Could you imagine
My
that?
favorite
coming
part
at
was
you?
actually
And now
not the
time to
rage
bang,
mode. It was
stepping up a
the
notch.
interrogations.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I loved interrogating them. My favorite one was one at the zoo, and I was like, I put him like through like the little like opening or whatever, and there's a rhino, and I was like, okay, cool, the rhino's gonna charge, and it came like really fast, and I was like, oh, and like impaled him. I was like, awesome, but I needed that information.
Hey buddy, can you still tell me what I need to know?
It only went through your
He's got
chest.
like no
So-
face.
There was a way to stop that rhino from charging, though.
How's that?
Take away his credit card.
Oh, this guy. Sponsored by Visa.
You didn't blow the horn first? I tried.
Well, I guess the guy got the point. Oh. Maybe the rhino was charged.
Stuck with him.
The rhino was just
Well,
horny, that's all.
Kudos to the software developers on that one because, I mean, they could have just put the invisible wall to where the rhino couldn't get him.
No, the whole point is like you could either choose to get information or just brutally
but the
murder
fact
them in
that they
different
were
ways.
like, nah, let's let the rhino kill people that way.
Electric
is awesome.
eels,
The fight.
Hey, it ain't no fun if the rhinos can't get
meat
some.
shielding.
I
I like
mean-
grabbing them, making them as meat shields.
Well, we were talking about on the previous podcast that the developers actually the game was going to be rated NC-17 or NC-17 adults only,
Yeah.
and they had
Same
to
thing.
and they had to. That's when they came up with the let's black and white everything. And make
Yeah,
it not
Kill Bill
as-
style.
Yeah,
It's not.
It's not
So because
as
they
violent,
put
but
it-
it still is.
It
Because
still
they put it
happens,
as black
but-
and white and you couldn't necessarily see the blood. Is that what?
yeah. It's
Yeah,
like it's
pretty
like taking
much.
it back to the civil rights era, and all you have is black and white. It's okay because it's in black and white. We're not going to show that on our news stations now.
But now
It's okay because that's the way it was.
That's how the past was.
Like, nah. It's.
I actually liked their it might have been to bring the rating down, but I actually like it because it really seems like very
Punisher-ish.
Like noirish.
Noirish, kind of jarring. Like he's obviously like
disconnected
and like he's like murdering people.
The best part I remember is that it was all narrated by Tom Jane.
Yes. Oh yes.
Yes. Yeah, that was good.
Because it was it was like the companion to the movie, right?
Kind of, yeah. It wasn't,
My buddy and me.
Well, I don't even remember if it was tied into the movie. I just remember the violence.
The actor that played Frank Castle.
Yes.
Is that who that is?
Yes.
I just want my kids back.
Yeah.
It's like, why do people always just want to take stuff that doesn't belong to them? Don't you know that you're going to have a murderous person coming after them?
Make sure you
Jack
get
Bauer,
everyone.
Liam
No
Neeson,
survivor.
the Punisher.
Jack Bauer becomes the Punisher.
That would be awesome.
Played by Liam Neeson.
They should all, like, each act of the movie should be played by a different person. Like, it starts off as the Punisher.
And it increasingly
No
gets more
explanation.
Yeah, it
intense.
gets more violent.
Like, and it ends with Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
The Punisher's a Time Lord.
By the end, it's just Gerard Butler, and he's sitting there like, this is my family. And you just have to see tears coming down his face.
In the
Wearing just,
Elysian
like,
Field where the Gladiator
skirt.
theme song plays.
Yeah,
It's like an ultraviolet version of what was that Heath Ledger movie? The
Dark Knight.
Mr. McGorham's
Woodrow
Imaginary.
Emporium.
something
Imagine-
like that.
No.
I thought it
It's
was
not that
Woodrow
one. I know
Emporium.
what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, it's the one where basically because Heath Ledger passed away, they used other
Yeah,
people who
they
kind
got a
of
bunch
look
of
like
different
him.
actors.
Yeah.
In the fantasy world, like it goes like into like a dream state.
Oh,
and
it's
like,
fucking
he's
trippy
different.
movie.
So like the actual guy was supposed to be Heath Ledger, but then they played it off like I can be any celebrity I want to look like.
Like Doctor Who.
Kind of.
That's what I was saying. Like
There's
the
no
Punisher as
resolution.
a Time Lord.
Yeah,
would be
it was more
hilariously
just in the
awesome.
dream state. It was
Yeah.
played by different characters.
Yeah.
It just shows up. It's more like if you think about the Bob Dylan movie, where like a bunch of different actors portrayed him.
Is it the Imaginarium of Dr.
Yes.
Dr.
Dr. Pepe.
Yeah, Dr. Potpourri or something.
Dr.
Parnassus.
Yes.
Is that a dinosaur? That's like the predator.
Dr.
Get out of my Imaginarium or I will hate you.
That's how Fast and Furious 7 is going to be.
Yeah,
Only gonna make the movie better.
With
Yeah.
the dinosaurs?
Yeah, with dinosaurs, the dinosaurs gonna have a.
They drive so
Paul
fast they
Walker
go
turned-
back in time.
Dude, that should totally
They
be.
drive counter to the world's axis and then back in time.
You're like,
Superman.
guys, I don't think we're in Los Angeles anymore.
And then Vin Diesel's just like... He puts on
Vin
his
Diesel.
pitch black
Drive.
glasses.
It's like the
right.
cover of Back to the
Don't
Future,
worry.
but with Vin Diesel looking at his watch and putting his sunglasses on.
This movie sounds so much better than Fast and Furious 7.
Dom, it's your kids. It's your kids, Dom. I live for this shit.
Don't move. They can't see if you
We're
don't
gonna
move.
go where there's no roads anymore. How are we gonna drive?
Four-wheelers.
On my back.
Or better
They
yet.
start drifting the four-wheelers.
Yeah, we have to drift. The T-Rexes can't see you if you
Fast and
drift.
Furious 7. Drift, loss of time drifting.
We have to get back. The meteor is about to hit.
Oh, God.
We have to
We're not anywhere near the Yucatan.
We have to outrun. We don't know what that is, so just drive real fast and explode.
Why are you sacrificing yourself for us, Dom? We are Groot.
This is the most serious
ends with
driving
a
I've
dance.
ever done.
I wish we had video podcast right now.
ABC.
I hear a disembodied voice and remember, oh, Luis is on the line.
We're just drowning him out.
Luis standing by. Oh,
Luis is
man.
like the Wizard of Oz. He's just this
Do not pay
disembodied
attention
voice.
to the man behind the computer screen.
James Franco. Anyone see that movie?
No,
Yeah.
wrong Oz, the better one.
That's a terrible
Not
movie.
at all.
Could have been even worse, but it was pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Couldn't.
didn't like it.
No.
So I don't know. So what do you guys think about a potential Punisher movie if it
I'm
comes
excited.
to the Marvel
I
universe?
liked the one that they did
The one, well, they did two actually.
Where's Waldo but Russian and huge?
Yeah, with Kevin Nash. Yeah,
that's how I remember that movie. Is Where's Waldo?
That was one of the best.
Was on steroids, Russian, and murders.
Is that how you describe the movie to people?
Yeah, I was like, it's
So what's the Punisher like?
it's like if someone found Where's Waldo and killed him. I found you. Oh shit! He's on like witness protection.
I found you before you could find a chance to find me.
And it's like the Punisher's doing research. He's going through all the Where's Waldo books. Found you. And he's looking through the crowd. It looks exactly like that. I knew he'd be by the banana stand. He's got the sniper rifle.
There's always money in the banana stand.
That's why he's there.
Yeah, he's like taking out his drug money. Shoots him in the head.
That's how the banana stand actually caught on fire.
Now you're going from red and white to just red.
Around.
Yeah, just burst into flames.
I'll make your banana stand.
StabTheMoon.com. That's like all StabTheMoon.com.
That was actually really impressive.
It's just like
Good
random
job.
like quotes. Like, you need a quote that's inappropriate at any time. Inappropriate quotes.
StabTheWomb.com, a proud sponsor of Punching the Walls of Reality.
What is Stab the Wound?
Oh, yeah.
I came
Well,
in like after that.
So let's rewind to about 50 minutes ago. So this was from earlier in the podcast, and we mentioned it on the previous podcast that Blood Ocean 07 was on. So I don't remember how we got in the conversation, but that's just the way my mind works. So basically, well, you know when you get like those random like spam ads for like natural male enhancement?
Yeah,
well, one of them, like the tagline was "Stab the Womb."
Okay.
That's what the appeal is supposed to be. It's not just that you can grow larger or last longer. It's like, no, you're going to be able to stab the fucking womb.
Because when I'm looking for a sexual partner,
yeah.
I want someone that can stab.
I want
I want
internal
that to be a
bleeding.
painful experience.
So that's Stab the Womb. So the most brilliant marketing ever for
Someone
natural
approve
male.
that. It gets me crazy.
You just feel so lost on it. Just like,
Could you imagine,
why?
like their face, like what's the marketing campaign? Like stab the wound. They just look at each other like bug eyes. Like, oh my, that's it.
That's
Yeah,
it. That's it.
Someone with an MBA
in advertising.
not only came up with this, but approved it.
I think it was probably just like Ron
Someone
Jeremy.
paid
They
them
came-
money
they brought him in to
for it.
consult.
We need your expert opinion.
He's just like, I want people to know the pain that I've experienced my entire life
in stabbing
when
the
I stab
womb.
the womb, and they're like, stab the womb. That's perfect. He's like, no, this is a painful story. I feel terrible about doing this to women. This is terrible. Like, no, sir, we've heard all we need to hear. Get out of here.
That's our tagline.
Yeah.
Break out the Quaaludes.
Get
The lemons.
Yeah, it's got to be the lemons. And then let's drive home safely.
Lemons.
Yes. Have you seen Wolf of Wall Street?
No.
Oh,
Ma'am, you have not lived.
I'm so
You had
sorry.
the most debauchery you've ever
Wait,
Is
there womb stabbing?
There is not.
Then what is even the point?
Well, there might be. I mean,
There's a lot of
you
sex.
don't know.
There's
I mean, you don't know
stabbing.
how well endowed Leonardo DiCaprio's
Coke
character
straw.
is, so you don't
There's
know
candle
if the
pouring.
womb is indeed being stabbed.
Okay.
But I mean, it's basically like enough debauchery for a lifetime compressed into about 2.5 hours.
Really?
No, it's like 3.
Yeah, it's like
plus.
Is it 3?
Yeah.
It's over 3 hours.
Okay,
It's a long
it's
hour.
over 3 hours. Either way,
But it's Leonardo DiCaprio, so I can watch Leo
yeah,
for like
he's
3 hours.
excellent in it. Jonah Hill is fantastic.
And
Oh.
Shane from
Yeah.
The Walking Dead's in it.
Yes, he's great as well.
Plays like a really Guido kind of guy.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, okay, you think Jonah
I can't
Hill?
stand his face.
Jonah
He's
Hill.
so buff.
Oh, Shane.
Shane.
He's got like a porn star
Shane.
mustache.
Shut. Porn stash.
Corn
I'm not gonna lie, I was
stash.
a little jealous.
Of his porn stash?
Well, mostly of the pecs, but
But the porn stash too. I mean, let's just
yeah.
face
Like,
it.
But no,
part of that.
he is
He's got
pretty
that
awesome
John
in that
Holmes
movie, I
thing
gotta
going
admit.
on.
But no, even Jonah Hill. Even if you normally are like Jonah Hill, I'm tired of this guy.
Yeah.
He is hilarious. He's the most bizarre and just odd character probably ever.
And he has fake teeth.
Yeah, and he has fake teeth. The fake teeth, they just make the character. Basically, okay, so his first
Are
meeting...
they like big veneers?
Well, yeah, like they stick out so it looks like a horse face.
Oh, they're like to make him look all jacked up.
Yeah, because he's supposed to be... Yeah, he's pretty crazy. So basically, he meets Leonardo DiCaprio's character.
seen
Like, they're in a
that
diner, and I think the guy's like, he's working there or something.
Googled.
And he sees his car, and he's just like... He's like, what do you do for work? He's like, oh, I trade stocks. He's just like... He's like, and that car is yours? It's like, whatever. It's like if you can, or no, that's what it was. He asked him for like his pay stub. He's like, if you can let me know that you make, I think he said like $5,000 a month or whatever it was. He's like, if you can prove that to me, I'll quit my job right now and work for you. And so he literally does it. He's just like, pay stub. And he's like, all right, I'm yours. Do with me what you will. So
do with me what you will is not something you should say to a person.
Well, considering the next thing he says is come smoke some crack with me. It actually kind of works.
Some crack with me.
Is that how he says it? Like kind of Marlon Brando-ish?
He's like, hey, you want to stab the womb with me?
It's very, very Jewish, though. Very Jewish.
But no, it's an awesome movie.
So our friend, his mom had seen Wolf on Wall Street when it first came out. And he was like, hey, what'd you do this weekend? She was like, I saw this movie. It was just, there were so many drugs and prostitutes and so much nudity. And he was like, I don't know what I'm doing this weekend.
He's like, thanks for the advertising.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that because
Is that how your mother would describe it?
Well, no. Well, it was close, but that's probably what my mom would say. But no, I was hanging out with Tessa. One of Tessa's friends was describing him. She was like, yeah, it was like the most debauchery you've ever seen in a movie. And she's like, the last thing I want to see is Jonah Hill's junk. And she's like, there's nothing but like sex and drugs. I'm just like, this movie sounds pretty awesome.
You had me sold at Jonah Hill's junk.
Yeah, right. Ever since Superbad.
Like 10 minutes later, it's like, what?
When he's drawing all those dicks, I want to know if it's a self-portrait.
I love when he's like, I had to stop eating food shaped like dicks. You know what types of foods are shaped like dicks? All the good ones.
I just love the montage at the end of the movie.
Oh,
where
yes.
everything
They're
he's
so
drawn.
creative.
Shuttlecock was my favorite.
They're sending that one to Mars.
Yeah, that's what's going to Mars. The Big Brother's Mars edition.
It's just gonna go
After dark.
Mars.
Presented by Ron Jeremy.
Shuttlecock to Mars. We're about to stab you.
We're stabbing the atmosphere.
Dr. Manhattan comes up not on my watch. He just whacks it out of the sky.
Literally on his watch.
Yeah, on his Google Watch, his Apple Watch.
There's only room for one big doll.
Yeah, right. Bink! Just knocks it back. And it's a home run!
Jeez.
Oh, man. So, and speaking of space news, there's room from Guardians of the Galaxy will be making his way into Avengers 3.
Tell me it's Rocket.
See, you would think Rocket,
It's
think
not.
Groot.
Nova.
You might
Even Star-Lord.
You might
Makes
even think
sense.
Star-Lord. You might even think Gamora.
No.
And by this point, you're at the very end. You're like, what do you got left?
Son of a
Drax.
bitch.
You got Drax.
Why?
Drax was hilarious in that movie.
Drax was hilarious, but it's like, people want to see Groot. Like, if you're
Yeah.
going to take anyone from that cast,
Rocket.
you want Groot and Rocket. You want
Yeah, Groot and Rocket need to...
You want
They need their own
the
movie.
buddy cop, bad boys with Groot and Rocket.
Could you imagine them in a buddy cop movie? It's
Oh.
21 Jump
Yeah,
Street,
only
but
every
with
night.
Rocket and Groot.
That'd be awesome.
Hey, buddy, I need your leg. I'm building something.
It's really important to me.
when Bucky shows up, I need your arm. It's really important.
Yeah,
It's really,
right.
really important.
You are the mission.
I think the whole team will eventually make appear in Avengers 3, but apparently Drax is supposed to have more prominence role, and it makes sense because the whole reason, like in the comics, and what they put into the movie is Drax. His whole mission is to kill Thanos.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you want to make sense and everything, Louise, I mean, he does have the most reason to be there. Well, didn't Gamora hate him too, though?
Doesn't everyone hate Thanos? Like, isn't that just
Everyone
a rule?
hates Thanos. Sitcom coming soon, produced by Chris Rock. But yeah, actually, I guess he would be the most likely candidate when you put it like that. But you think, why go alone? Why not bring friends? Like, bring the entire Guardians? Because it's like...
Yeah,
I think at that point it's too
I think the
campy.
whole team is going to appear. It's just I guess Drax might just be used a little bit more.
Yeah, I can see that.
How about we use Hawkeye this time? Like, how about we actually do that?
He's gonna die in Avengers 2.
Never!
Why would you say that?
I don't want that arrow through the heart, sir. Well he's supposed
literally.
to...
Hawkeye is rumored to be like the secondary character used in Captain America 3, the way Black Widow was in The Winter Soldier.
Yeah. I think they even have. Well, maybe they didn't have pictures, but yeah, it's pretty much
Hawkeye was
confirmed.
supposed to be in Winter Soldier to begin with.
Yeah, he's supposed to have a really important role in Winter Soldier, but it got cut. I think it's supposed to be on the Blu-ray.
Yeah. Did they film it?
They
and they
cut
just cut it. Or?
Well,
Okay.
they got one or two shoots from it, and then like he was doing another movie, and so he had to leave.
Right.
I gotta go be.
God
Jason
damn it.
Bourne
No,
right
they never
now.
got to
I know,
film
and he
it.
was complaining about how like he was underused in Avengers, and then like I would have been like, you know what, other people, fuck you, Hawkeye.
Yeah, what other movie was he in?
Yeah.
Well,
He's-
could have
he's-
been paying more.
He's
so-
probably doing
that
Hansel.
Bourne-
He's probably doing the Hansel and Gretel 2 movie or some garbage like that. He's just like, I'm firing my agent.
See,
I don't
once
know why.
again,
I'm
someone
listening to him.
approved that movie, and it still gets me. It's like, you approved that? Like, I would have been like, that's a
it
money
wasn't
loss
as
right
bad
there.
as I thought.
It's not as
it
bad
was.
as Van Helsing, I think. is
Okay,
what people
here's
were
a
saying.
quote. Well, a quote attributed to Morgan Freeman. It was from one of many crappy movies that he's done. He's done a lot of great ones. He's done some crappy ones. He's just like, yeah, I've never seen the movie, but I've cashed a check to pay for my house. So I think it was probably one of those movies,
Yeah.
with Hansel and Gretel, where he's probably like, you know what? I want to take a trip around the world and a hot air balloon. I'll do this crappy ass movie, and then I'll come back and shoot
That
some
seems
arrows.
so Morgan Freeman, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
he can do
I
whatever
wouldn't
the
care
fuck he
either.
wants.
Yeah, pretty
He's
much.
in Dolphin Tale 2.
I mean,
I just read it.
Yeah,
That must have been
and
like
in
the
commercial,
easiest job
he's like,
for him.
That's my favorite fish. He says some shit like that, and I was
Exactly.
like, "It's a fucking mammal."
Yeah.
Is it a whale of a
Yeah, he's
tail?
supposed to be the specialist, too.
Yeah.
He called it a
That's
fish.
one heck of a fish.
That's not a fish. It's a freaking mammal.
I bet you anything that scene is not even in the movie. Like they threw that in there for the fucking trailer. I guarantee it.
There was an he was just
They had to do
effing
reshoots
around.
as
I
soon
wasn't
as it
even
aired.
paying attention. I was sitting there fucking chopping onions, and I just heard that, and
And
I
then
was
he started
like,
crying. It wasn't even. From
I
the
just
end.
heard like that's one heck of a fish or something like that, and then right after it's like dolphin tail too. And I was like, hey,
That better be
dolphin,
tuna.
fish,
As-
dolphin.
as a
fish.
parent, does it make you angry that they're giving your children false information like that?
Yeah.
As a mock scientist, I think it makes me more angrier.
Mock scientist.
I'm
And
a
as a
fan
grammar
of science.
specialist,
I'm like
that
great at
sentence
it.
pissed me off really more angrier.
There's a lot of things
Having
that
a
piss me
doctorate
off
in
when I'm
grammar.
just, like the recent, what's her name?
Oh yeah,
The actress who plays Black Widow.
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki
Yeah,
Minaj.
Nicki Minaj.
Boom, 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 boom,
Oh, yeah,
boom,
you're talking about
boom,
Lucy,
boom,
right?
super
Yeah,
bass,
Lucy.
super
And like the
bass.
moment I heard we only use 10% of it, I was like, fuck you. Fuck you. Stop it. Stop it now.
Morgan Freeman, just stop playing scientists in your movies.
Stop.
Please.
It's not
Transcendence, same
true.
thing.
We can teach you how to curve bullets.
Yeah.
Physics
We
doesn't
can
exist in
teach you how to
Morgan
shoot your own foot is basically what they were doing.
What was that other? He played a scientist in that one movie with Keanu Reeves that had something to do
The
with
Matrix.
like,
Oh, never mind. That was
tremors and
Lawrence
stuff like
Fishburne.
that.
I don't know.
Chain reaction.
Chain reaction. I
Chain
think he was a
reaction.
scientist in that movie.
I do have to
too.
confess, I almost want to see Wanted just because apparently there's a scene with Morgan Freeman where he's like completely out of character and he's just like, kill that motherfucker. Just to hear Morgan Freeman
I
utter those
saw that.
words.
I saw
Oh,
that
did you?
movie in a theater
Uh,
and didn't see it coming because it's Morgan Freeman.
yeah,
you don't expect him
that's
to
what I'm
curse.
saying.
Right.
At the very end of the movie, the main character's like, "Hey, this guy's been lying to you. He's been killing everybody who's supposed to be killing him." And he's like, "Well, you can believe Mister What's His Face if you want, but if you're with me, kill that motherfucker right there." It was like the best thing ever. And then at the very end of the movie, spoilers.
Oh, no, don't spoil that movie.
He gets shot in the head by the main character from like 1,000 miles away.
To Graceland?
So literally over the curvature of the earth.
Yes.
We did have to curve the bullet.
I know. I was like, that's what his training was.
Yeah.
The whole
As soon as
time.
the bullet hits the back of his head, he goes, "Oh, fuck!" And then his head explodes.
What? Even.
Listeners, I'm sorry. I've talked so much shit about this movie, but I have to see it now. I will
Yeah,
just
you
excuse
have
it
to.
for all of the shittiness, because it's like they took this perfect concept of supervillains have taken over the world, all the superheroes are dead, and they're running it like a secret society, and they're like, hey, let's make a movie and let's take out all the supervillains. It's like, that's the entire point. So I've hated this movie from the get-go. And especially because Mark Miller, the guy who wrote it, but he's supposedly, like, I think he had seen, like, a preview, like, the first 5 minutes. He's like, well, this first 5 minutes is exactly like the comic. It differs a little bit. And on his website, he was just praising this movie over and over again. So when I saw the previews, I was excited. I'm like, okay, this is going to be great. And then I see the previews, I'm like, this looks horrible. Damn you, Mark Miller. I'll never forgive you.
The movie actually wasn't bad for a good popcorn flick. It was pretty freaking excellent.
Okay, I'm gonna have to add that to my list of movies for you, the listeners.
Excellent's a pretty strong word, sir.
Well, for a popcorn movie, that's like saying
right. It did its job of being entertaining.
Yeah.
That's like saying, like, for the category of mediocre superhero movies, Amazing Spider-Man is excellent for a mediocre movie. It's the best of the mediocre.
But continue on.
What was that, Luis?
Which I wouldn't agree, but continue on.
Well,
it's like saying that the highest grade it could get was an 85. It gets like an 82.
Well, I wouldn't even give it that much. It's like it was getting a passing score. It's like getting like a D+. So of all the D+ movies, it's a good D+ movie.
I was out. What was the D+ movie?
Amazing Spider-Man or Amazing Spider-Man 2. Just that whole.
And Wanted, he was saying that Wanted was, for being a popcorn flick, for being something that's supposed to be entertaining, it was entertaining. Yeah. It's not the best movie in the world, but
I mean, yeah, you got to look at movies sometimes as more like pure entertainment. Like, I mean, Wanted is complete crap. I mean, it wasn't trying to be artistically, thoughtful.
They were curving bullets.
They were curving bullets, man.
What do you expect from
it was,
this
it
movie?
was a stoner moment by like probably one of the screenwriters, and he's like, "What if we could curve bullets?" And he just made a movie around that. And then someone approved it.
It's like, hey, stab the womb guy, approved.
That guy is getting around.
Stabby, get that. Give me the stamp.
That guy's just like a notary, and he just goes around.
He's a notary.
Work that place.
Notarizing.
Goes there and his stamp approved.
It's an official document.
They're like, how does this guy keep getting in here?
He's like Batman,
all the memos.
That was actually Taco on The League, on an episode of The League, if anybody watches that.
I do.
The League.
John
Good
LaJoy,
show.
He does those weird.
Show me your genitals.
Yeah.
Your genitals.
What?
Show me your genitals.
Your genitalia.
Here's the greatest thing about the Wanted movie, though. It's the only place where you're going to see Professor X smack Star-Lord with a keyboard.
Exactly.
Nice.
Exactly.
Oh, wait,
That's
is
where
that a
it
possibility?
begins.
Sold.
That's in the movie.
Sold.
Sold.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Professor X smacking.
Yeah.
He should actually just have like a little like stick that he hits students with. Like, wrong. What were you thinking? Why are you thinking about that?
I already knew what you were thinking. Stop it.
Stop it. Quit thinking. Think about the issue at hand.
I'm gonna curve a bullet into your brain.
Someone gonna fuck.
What is that? That looks terrifying.
Okay, so the next topic, apparently because Japan.
God damn it, Japan.
Because
Thanks,
Japan.
Japan.
So apparently Japan has made an animatronic Rocket Raccoon, and it looks kind of cool, but also really creepy.
No, it has an uncanny valley.
Oh, they always do Uncanny Valley.
What is
always.
that?
They never learn like not to be creepy.
Uncanny Valley.
What's that? Oh,
Uncanny Valley. Do we need to define that?
Oh my god, it's so scary.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
going to need a
robot.
link to that.
All right, tell us what Uncanny Valley is.
Uncanny Valley is the concept of
When something
the
is
more
too human.
Yeah, the more
human
human it
than
looks,
human.
the scarier it is, and there's kind of like this.
Because you know
So
it's
like
not
porcelain
real.
dolls.
Yes.
Yes.
It's like that movie
Or-
Mars Needs Mars. Like, didn't everyone like really freak out about
the
the CGI
Final
in that?
Fantasy like 7 movie
Right.
that people were freaked out about.
They-
Polar Express.
Oh yes.
With their
my
dead
God.
eyes. Their dead freaking eyes.
And the idea is like corpses are scary because they're human, but they're not.
yeah.
Zombies are scary because they're animated humans, but they're not.
Yeah.
So the brain kind of like freaks out, just like there's not a no.
Yeah, it's a
Like,
psychological
have you seen the dancing
effect.
robot that's like, it's the mirror, and she's like in the wall, and she
Ah.
looks like Britney Spears, but like the face isn't right,
But
and
she's
she's
not
like
that innocent.
dancing. Have you seen it?
No.
It's weird.
Google
I've
that
seen
shit.
those. I've seen those.
Alright, what is
new,
it called?
I don't know. Put in dancing
With the
robot.
robots.
I know in Japan they have like this new
Woman.
line of like robot sex dolls. That's like really like along the
yeah.
lines of like
Reminds me of-
Ghost in the Shell. They look like
This is like the AI movie.
I hate
like
to say it, but they look
Oh, Gigolo
uncannily
Joe?
real. And like I remember first seeing them, it was like creepy because
Is one of them Jude
They-
Law?
they
We
had-
need to do a
no, they
feature
had
on
one
a PSA.
They had one off the model they based it on, and they like you could hardly even tell them apart.
That's just terrifying because if you've watched Futurama, if you remember the PSA, sex with robots,
Yeah.
it's bad because once you have sex with robots, why would you want to have sex with anything else?
No, they
Oh,
told
no.
the future because it was Lucy Liu in that episode, right?
Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah,
they're
yeah.
Asian.
Luis was asking, was one of the robots Jude Law from AI, Gigolo Joe? What do you know?
saw AI.
AI.
Yeah. Oh my God. So when I
You
first
should watch it. It's a really good movie.
when I first saw it, I thought it was really good.
It's a Red versus.
Haley Joel Osment is the walking epitome of Uncanny Valley.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's alive, but
Keep me
I don't
safe,
believe he
Ma.
is.
Keep me safe.
I would run away from that.
Have you guys seen the way he looks like now?
No.
He looks so happy.
Is he the?
Very
Is he the?
festive.
Is he
He
the guy
put
that
on,
they
he
had in
put
the
on
fake
like
Always
an
Sunny
extremely amount of weight for a role, and he looks so different. It's a little disturbing.
Well, he's always kind of been a little heavy because he was on a episode of Always Sunny like 2 or 3 years
Okay,
ago.
that was the one.
More than that, though.
Is he? Really?
Like
Yeah,
300
for
pounds?
some role that he's playing.
Oh, okay.
He gained weight or he lost weight? What are you
He
doing?
gained weight.
Gained more weight.
What is going on? Are you pulling the shade?
It's the dancing robot video.
But no, yeah, it was the dancing robot video. I love how it was signed in as Chris Rachel. For some reason, so like when we were doing the extraordinary, I can't even talk. Extraordinary videos, like to upload it to her account. You know, we like share the YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, for the last month or so, we automatically log in as her. So every now and then, watching like weird YouTube videos, like, oh, let me delete this from the history.
So that's me on Weird Girls.
Nicki Minaj. Like,
That Anaconda video the whole time.
I refuse to see that video.
Why?
My
I don't
favorite
wanna
version
buy
of
into
it
the
is
hype.
a Tumblr pic, and it's Drake
Like,
going
everyone's
like,
like,
it was
Like the
created,
Spider Woman.
It was like the Spider-Woman illustration. I was like,
Get rid of that vagina flask picture.
Oh yeah, you should watch the video, by the way.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
since the
I
teddy
liked
bear
it.
looks so great in
What
AI,
video?
though.
The Anaconda video.
But does their anaconda want none unless you got buns?
That's
Anaconda
exactly how
don't.
they
Yeah, I think that is. Yeah, that's that. I think that's the
There
entire.
was something I was
concept
reading the other
behind
day where
There.
Nicki Minaj's Anaconda video.
much.
okay.
Neanderthals weren't that
There's a lot
primitive.
of animal print and a lot of twerking.
I don't like animals.
I admire the perfection that Nicki Minaj is. but
Oh,
stay away
burn,
from
son,
Anaconda.
burn.
Agamemnon's gonna throw red paint all over like the.
yeah, right.
I don't like it.
You know, I already didn't like animal print to begin with, but then one Christmas, basketball shorts
Okay.
and like an old Captain America
So
t-shirt.
it's so rude of
today.
her to get you some pajamas.
Yeah, there you go.
She's like, I'm tired of this bullshit.
Yeah. And then two, they were like 2 sizes too small for us. Well, you think that we're fucking medium people?
It was junk hugging.
Well, at the time I was like 250 pounds.
Like
solid
one
muscle,
day you'll
but
fit into these.
I just looked at
And
her. I
you'll
was
look
like,
good.
Let it be
does
her
she
life
think
sin,
I
bitchin'.
look like a cheetah?
She wants you to look like a cheetah. Wow.
I threw him away. Flattering, but no.
Oh man.
I love that threw you over the edge. I'm just like, fuck that!
I just remember opening it at home. I was like, what the fuck is this?
I don't like leather print because
What are
of
these
Christmas.
pajamas for ants?
Yeah, no, it's a normal sized person.
How the people are going to fit in
Here's
that
your
library?
motivation. jerk.
So-
I'm throwing it away.
If a cheetah Their little hobbit feet.
One hands and then like. Can I open doors now?
So are we just like a hiatus right now? Because it looks like you're looking for something.
Yeah.
Oh, ew!
This is a
Picture with
okay,
that
so-
running mine. I
Who's
posted
posted
it
the
in the
picture of
chat.
Haley Joel Osment? No, actually, I got an alert on my computer that I was running low on disk space, so I was trying to delete. Yeah. Well, I downloaded all the rest of 24.
Dang.
So I think that might have been.
He looks
Get an external
busted.
drive,
Sure
man.
it was.
Haley
Sure
Joel
it
needs to
was.
cut
Well,
his
there's that
hair
as
and
well.
stop slicking it back and get rid
It
of that
only takes up
mustache.
15. And the other
He looks like he
300
needs a chin
drive is
beard
filled.
Yeah.
and a fedora.
All I have are vacation pictures.
What? Wait, what?
Did you take panoramas in RAW format?
Oh, it was raw.
That's
right?
it, I swear.
Here's one with like the whole body shot.
No, it's just the Nicki Minaj video.
over and over and over
Yeah,
again.
They like recreated it. Oh God.
Okay, what is it?
Another Haley Joel Osment picture.
Oh,
He
God.
does look pretty bad
Yeah.
now.
I mean, I guess that's for the role.
Well,
Does he look like he's trying to play in a homeless dad?
No, it looks like he's trying to play like the stingy mob boss.
He looked like- he loo-
son.
I don't know, but yeah. So yeah.
So what were you doing, Jay?
From LA, and once my wife got back from the hospital, we have been binge watching the crap out of Supernatural.
Oh,
So-
How
that's
far
the
are
best
you?
way to get through Supernatural.
We're like, I think maybe like a third of the way through season 6.
Can't remember what's the
so-
bad season.
I think it's 6.
7.
7.
Seven's worse than
I've
six.
seen a lot of the episodes on TNT for season 6, so like the last one I think I've watched was the
What's-
fairy one.
What's happening in 6? I don't remember.
There's a
what's
lot
going
of
on there.
weird stuff. Oh no, the last one I watched was the dragons one.
Oh,
And
yeah, that
Dean
was a
had
good
like
one.
exploded. I guess what was supposed to be Excalibur or something.
Oh.
I wasn't
Yeah,
really paying
you
attention.
totally have that.
But the whole first half of that season was pissing me off because Sam, although I feel like he's a good actor and has good range, he was just pissing me off.
Yeah.
because Sam wasn't Sam.
Yeah.
Was it Soulless Sam?
Yeah, it was Soulless Sam.
I
Oh,
love
Soulless
Soulless
Sam is
Sam.
my favorite.
He's my favorite. He's like, oh, my brother got kidnapped.
Bloop.
Well,
Gotta
just, like,
pick up chicks.
the part I hated the most. Yeah, that was the fairy one. It's like, Dean.
Well, I don't know where he is,
Yeah.
but she's here, so I know what I can be doing.
Yeah.
Soulless
Stabbing the
Sam.
I hated it. I couldn't stand it. Like when he let Dean get turned into a vampire, and he just had the like a creeper smirk.
Yes.
I was like, "What are you doing? Save your brother!"
He doesn't have a soul.
Yeah,
He's soulless.
Have you
was
seen
pretty
Supernatural
awful.
Fuzzy Slippers?
Poor Adam.
I've seen a couple episodes.
couple.
Whatever.
It's good, man.
Everyone
I
forgets
So
about
I'm,
Adam.
I'm assuming you got past the Tuesday episode.
Tuesday. What
Picking a
was it?
poke.
But Monday was Tuesday.
Oh, dude,
That's the best
I-
episode.
it was very hard to get past that up because, like,
Really?
after the second death, I was just kind of like,
Son of a
okay.
bitch!
I think by the third and fourth one, I was just like, that's enough. And then by like the 100th one, I was like, stop it already!
Now you
how
know how
Sam
Sam
felt.
felt.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, that sucks.
Get out of my brain. No. We are collected.
Well, I wish Beetle was here because he loves that show too. Because I think
RP.
I think he's pretty much caught up with where you guys are at. Because he was talking about how good he thought season 9 was. Because he said the original writing cast came back for season 9.
The first half
You're
of season
like-
9
You're really meditating
was just
on
like
that thought.
it felt there's like a lot of fillers
Let me
and like
tell ya.
what was funny is like when they actually went back to like to continue the story.
Yeah.
I didn't care. I liked the random monster episodes because they were so good.
They're so good at the random monster.
Yeah, and it's
of
so
the
much
week
more
episodes.
exhilarating because you're like, what monster is it? It's like, is it a Wendigo or whatever it's called?
Crikey, a Whamdingo!
The vampire. Like I felt like they kind of got into this rut where it's just like demon, angel, vampire.
From
that's pretty much it.
When they wrote season 9, it was supposed to be the final season. They weren't going to do any more.
Okay.
And so going into season 9 of Supernatural, they had eventually released that they were going to make a season 10.
Yeah.
But watching season 9 as if it were the final season was really disappointing. Like, I would have been pissed if that was the final season because a lot of it was just crap.
Yeah.
You know, the episodes that were good really made up for
the
crap, but
there's a few really good
Yeah.
ones that I was just like, yeah, that one was so
and
good.
I'm really excited for season 10.
Okay.
But they also like threw in the episode that's supposed to be part of like some spin-off bullshit episode
that's
or bullshit
what really
series.
made me upset about the season as a whole.
It's kind of like Twilight, but like, I mean, it's the fucking CW.
It's stupid.
So.
It's stupid. But
It's
season
about-
8.
The backdoor pilot.
Yeah,
Season 8 was a sweet
Backdoor
spot.
pilot.
if you know what I
Aren't they
mean.
all?
It has a lot of womb stabbing in it.
Yeah, when you do a pilot for a show and another show, the term is backdoor pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That we totally knew that's what you meant, Luis. Wink!
Well, the way he was asking, he didn't seem sure, so I just wanted to explain just in case.
Well, maybe that's what you call a backdoor pilot. I saw a backdoor pilot by Sasa Gray. It was a lot different than that.
Are you talking about Naughty Nurses 3?
Backdoor sluts part
Call to
9.
booty.
Now, I was reading an article recently and how
Knock, knock, knocking on my back door. Oh,
Should have an innuendo podcast.
aren't they
Is
all?
it all?
Yeah. You mean straight out of Austin?
I love the ingenious names they have for like pornos. Like they're so incredibly like random. Like the ones that are supposed to be like mock movies, and like they came up with like the weirdest ways of like putting their things in. Like, oh, what?
But weirdest way to putting their
Put
things
in.
in.
Yes.
Well, they're in the right business then. But last week we were talking about they had a Futurama porn parody.
No way.
With the one eye.
A few months ago,
Well,
we-
of course, with the one
a
eye.
few months ago, we were talking with Chris Rachel and we were making episodes for Extraordinary, and she was talking about how they were producing a Doctor Who sex parody.
Dr. Whore.
Yeah, Doctor Who. And I remember Chris Rachel, like, she didn't seem like thrilled about it because they were like attacking. It felt like she felt like they were attacking her fandom. But she was like, you would think they would
That's
go
the
with the
best-
obvious and call it Doctor Screw. It's like if you're gonna like, yeah. Her whole thing was
I
like,
see.
if you're gonna name it, like, why would you name it Doctor Whore? That kind of just cheapens it. Why don't you just call it Doctor Screw?
This is not
because
about
then
Captain
you can throw
Jack
in the
Harkness.
sonic screwdriver innuendos.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
So she was like so
He
in
would
depth
do
with it,
anything
but not
he
even
wants.
being
And
that
some things that don't
excited
want.
about it being a porno.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna porn parody something, you gotta
I mean,
take
that's a
the
good
material
point.
seriously.
yeah, and that's what I think that's what her point was.
Sometimes
essentially.
the porno like costumes for like DC and Marvel are better than the actual movie.
Yeah,
God.
and that's the thing we were
Oh,
talking
yeah, we're
about
talking
too.
about that, yeah.
Because I forgot what the guy's name is, but I guess he's the director that made the Wonder Woman costume. That, in my opinion, is still better than the actual Hollywood costume. And yeah, so if you look at the what?
Huh?
What?
But if you
Puppies.
but if you look at the Futurama ones, like not really that great. I don't know. It seems like they could have taken a little bit more care for this particular parody.
I imagine it's just like this really cheesy like foam eye.
Yeah, probably. So you want to see the one-eyed monster?
So, do y'all watch Robot Chicken?
No.
Yes.
I
loves
imagine
it.
Dr. Whore would have the Cybermen, but it'd be like the robot from
The
Robot
humping
Chicken.
robot.
Who's like humping the dryer.
Oh, yeah. Wah, wah,
They're
wah.
cyber
That's the
sexers.
whole movie.
Yeah.
Cybermen?
Just humping the dishwasher,
I
humping
pay
the
$10.
TARDIS.
You know what show I saw
But
recently?
Dr. Horror sounds like it'd be Jack Harkness, not the actual
I
Doctor.
think April O'Neil is starring in that.
And what?
They can call him the face of O.
Yeah.
Oh, but
Attempts to get it.
The computer is so funny.
That's how it knows it made it funny.
I was listening to NPR. They said they have discovered they're closed in on AI. So actually, no, they were talking about like being able to like download your consciousness in a computer, but they were talking about it like, oh yeah, we got this. By the time iPhone 7's out, like you'll be doing it. It was so like matter of fact. It wasn't like this.
I don't want to be in an iPhone 7. I need something to move around because if someone could just pick me up and throw me in water, that's gonna suck.
Yeah.
So if you can download your consciousness, can you like keep your consciousness?
Yeah.
Are
you still alive?
You can like hang out with yourself.
Is it like a clone?
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
it's exactly
Hanging out with
what it was.
myself,
It's like-
I'd kill it.
It would be it would be like a clone. The funny thing was like the guy that was interviewing the woman, and he was like, yeah. So what happens when people just hack it and they have like armies of your clones, and they're like, whoa, there'll be laws in place. He's like, yeah,
Robot laws.
Robot laws. The first
you would
robot
never
law.
break laws.
Is
Don't
you
hack
don't
it
talk
out.
about robot laws.
Second law.
Pretty soon, the next line is going to be, "We don't know who started the war, but we know who scorched the earth."
Is this a clone army of AI Agamemnons?
But like, okay,
And they're all like, "You should watch Supernatural. It's awesome."
No, if there's an army
Like,
clone
really?
of Agamemnon, they're all going to be yelling at Prometheus, "You're doing it wrong!"
every 5 minutes. No. Well, okay, so that's a really good question because I mean, all these celebrities are being hacked and their news are being leaked when theoretically they're locked up and secure. So how can your own clone consciousness?
Nothing is secure.
Yeah.
If we can
It's
put
Orphan Black.
nothing is secure. I mean, if we have enough data space and raw power to compute a human brain, we have enough raw power to break any encryption known
So
to
the
man.
dyad is going to go and start hacking and getting all the clones.
I just really would like
Someone's gonna
be
take
very
my duties.
curious of like
They're gonna see your
if you
your
make like a
naked
clone
mind.
of yourself.
You're going to bare your soul to the world.
Yeah. Not just my soul.
Whether you want to or not.
Yeah, right.
It'd be Ghost in a Shell.
Yeah.
I
Well,
really
she's
want-
making him that anyway, so it makes sense.
I don't know. Plugging
Leto
these
should
into my
attack the
brain.
clones. Begun this clone war.
I just picture like a field of iPhone 7.
Assimilate.
Raise a census.
Name
Wow.
is
Wow.
Steve
Resistance
Jobs, and he's in a
futile.
computer.
I am immortal. He's the Borg hive.
Yeah.
I would
So,
imagine
puts
Steve
eyes in
Jobs to
front
be
of it.
like the leader of the Daleks or something like that.
I don't
Exterminate.
know what that is.
The Daleks?
From Doctor Who.
Don't worry, I don't watch it either.
Twist.
How about like the leader of the White Walkers, huh?
Uh,
I don't know, something.
Don't worry, Jay, I got what you meant.
Oh, there you go, Luis.
We got you.
Luis has your back.
would he be the crazy one?
Yeah, he'd be the one kill. Oh,
Well, if Steve Jobs is the Borg, then is Bill Gates Data?
Ha.
What do you want?
I was
Thank
waiting to hear
you.
but no.
He does have the personality of him. Oh.
Well,
Actually, I don't know.
because
Data's
they-
kind of charming.
in,
Actually,
was
take that
it
back.
it wasn't first contact? Yeah.
First contact. Which
Where
is
she's
not
giving him
technically first
feeling.
contact.
Emotion
That was
chip,
totally
yeah.
no. I'm just kidding. Yeah, they were giving him
Luis got what I was
skin.
getting at.
Yeah, and he was like,
Give me some skin.
oh, like some human skin, which is weird.
Casey said, back to the cheetahs wearing human skin. Casey says, Kelly's laugh literally makes my day. Smiley face.
Blush.
Blush.
So for those of you that have been pining to see the return of Peggy Carter, she's going to be making a cameo in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Cameo. I thought she was getting her own show.
As
Well,
old Peggy?
she is as well. As
old Peggy?
I think,
As
as
old
Peggy,
lady
as Peggy Hill, as Boggle champion 4 years running.
I'm a Peggy Hill.
Whoo yeah! She's also bringing along the Howlin' Commandos.
Nice.
So I guess
It's gonna be like a time story.
did I bet you anything they're going to get more screen time in this one episode than they got in that entire movie? I'm calling it now.
Yeah,
It
probably.
was like they montaged
Yeah, it
over
was
to
a
their like what they
montage.
should have been doing. It was like I kind of actually wanted to watch Captain America and the Howling Commandos like kick
Yeah.
some ass for a little bit.
Yep.
It really cheapened the threat of.
Some shit, whatever the hell Elrond does.
Yeah, whatever he
Well,
does.
doesn't he have all those clones of himself? So I mean, he should have
mean-
plenty of time.
That's a good point.
Oh, we just lost Luis on Skype.
Oh, we lost Sola.
Ice, 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 baby, baby, baby.
Dun, 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 dun.
You back? You
He's
back with
back.
us?
I'm here.
All right, good. I was worried there for a second. My beverage was getting warm, and your powers were needed.
Is that all good for you?
It's like freaking Kit from Night
Well,
Rider.
it's an important skill to have. But yeah, so I don't know. I guess this will be.
He was pointing out the audio thing on the power on the mixer. It makes it look like Kit from Knight Rider.
So-
Whenever Ice talks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because whenever I said
That would not be advisable, Michael.
Luis, you should
can only
tell
use
us a
turbo
story so
once
we can
per
look at your
episode.
lights.
You have to do it in
Yeah,
the Mr. Feeney voice, though.
Oh, I can't do a Mr. Feeney voice.
Just keep
I
saying
can
Mr.
I can do
Matthews.
Mario voices.
Mr. Matthews.
Mr. Matthews.
Mr. Matthews?
Mr. Matthews. Yeah, you don't remember Corey Matthews?
Did you watch Boy Meets World, Luis?
Yeah,
Girl
I
Meets
can
World
do
is
that
out.
show.
Is it good?
It's
I
been
have
out
not
for
seen
months.
it. I know.
great.
I haven't
Is it on
actually seen it yet.
Netflix?
No,
It's
it's not.
Luis, did you say it was good?
Yeah, it's a great show.
Really?
Don't lie.
Hey, don't
This
talk to the
world,
computer like that.
great show.
If the highest grade it could get was an 85, it would have like an 82.
still not bad. It's not bad, actually. That's not excellent.
Is it pass
but
fail?
It's pass fail, and it doesn't even register.
Well, oh, burn.
Oh, what? Oh, no, you didn't.
I haven't
no.
seen it. I'm just being mean.
Well, speaking of failures, apparently the Death of Wolverine finale is delayed until October.
Please kill him forever, pants.
Wait,
Well-
what? Even though number 3 is out in 2 days?
Yep. Well, they said currently Death of Wolverine number 3 is listed for release on October 1st, 2 weeks after its originally solicited date.
Well, I mean, that's
Oh,
not...
so it's-
Oh, and Death of
Who
Wolverine...
reported this?
Someone didn't turn in their art in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Death of
Who
Wolverine
report-
number 4 has also been pushed back 2 weeks to October 8th. So you won't have to wait long
Wait.
to see Wolverine kick
Hold,
the
wait,
bucket.
hold on. Who reported this? And what issue's coming out when now?
Well, IGN reported this, first of all.
Jesus Christ.
Put it in the trash.
Put it on the
Can't even do
pizza.
their, like, video
And
game
it says,
guys, right?
it says,
You were wrong.
It says number 4 is coming out October 8th.
Oh, okay, because I was saying like number 3 comes out in the 17th, which is this Wednesday.
No, it
Okay.
doesn't. Or-
Well, I would defer to your knowledge more so than IGN, because you're actually credible, and IGN is IGN. But I had to fill some topic space, so there you have it.
No, if it's number 4, I can see that one being delayed. Although I wouldn't blame the art at this point. It's probably something to do with the publishing side.
Yeah.
From the factory.
This
'Cause,
picture's...
but yeah, number 3 is definitely out this week. It's already being shipped to comic shops.
Okay. This picture's really creepy. It's like Death holding a naked, bloody Wolverine, and I'm kind of disturbed by it. So I'm going to share it with the chat so they
He's
can
gonna
enjoy
come
it too.
back, and it's gonna suck.
Well, okay, so this is the thing that they've said. So they've already mentioned it, and I heard about this on the Comic Bubble podcast. And what was it, Luis? Was it 2016? They said
Up to 2016. At this point, there is no coming back for Wolverine.
so he'll at least be dead for about a year and some change.
Okay, because I feel like this default to him so much, and it's just really annoying. Like, there's other
Yeah.
characters to explore here.
I'm just.
No Scott, no
Yeah.
Jean, no Wolverine. Let's move on. Find some new people to look at.
some New Mutants.
Some new mutants.
Wolverine's dying.
Wolverine's dumb.
Yeah, we're gonna have a
Of a
hero
flu.
party for him.
He's got the flu.
He technically has like.
Are you guessing?
He
AIDS,
technically-
cancer?
He does technically have like mutant AIDS because it's attacking his immune system,
Oh,
and he
really?
can't. His healing factor
You
isn't
think of
working.
all things, because of his
Mutant
healing
AIDS.
factor, he would just be dying of adamantium poisoning.
Oh.
Yeah, but he's probably
It's
immune
not
to
You
it.
should write
adamantium
these
poisoning
comics
because
today.
Hank McCoy created a serum that attacks the adamantium, so that's protecting him.
But wouldn't he have died way before he met Hank?
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Like, he was like
he's kind of had those for a
injected
while.
like in the 80s, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Because okay, if you go back to about when Frank Miller wrote Wolverine, he had adamantium claws, and he drew that one in the 80s. So it's been a good 20-ish years.
Well, then he got him
Okay, so if you
taken out
think
by
about it-
Magneto and then
That's
inserted
true.
back in. So. Mood.
Real life hip replacements. When they were doing the metal would stain the tissue, and so when they would go in there to repair whatever, sometimes the hip replacements need to be replaced. The tissue would be black And it would take, decades in order for that to happen. So it could still take decades in order for his body to start feeling the effects. So it's possible he could have met science.
I only have one rebuttal for anything.
What now? Because now I'm confused because he always had his healing factor, and that's what protected him when he got the adamantium originally.
Yeah, that's why
he recently lost it, and because he doesn't have it now, that's what it was a problem with the whole adamantium thing.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, this was going to be my counter argument because he's been like blown up down to literally a skeleton. Right. He came back via bone marrow inside of the adamantium laced claws from which there's no escape, and regenerated himself in 3 panels. I'm just saying, adamantium poison ain't got you in Wolverine. Like, it doesn't matter. You could dump him in a volcano, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, that was a nice hot tub."
I think all that was retconned in Days of Future Past.
Well, in the movie.
Yeah, that's the movie.
Yes.
Well, in the comic book world, sir, he still has ridiculously, just stupidly incredible powers. But technically, even in the movie, it's kind of like setting up to where he would get his adamantium. Because when they fished him out of the water, he was picked up by Stryker, who gave him the adamantium in X2.
Stryker.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. But now it was Mystique.
Yeah.
And her nudes are leaked, and that's not good for anybody, especially his adamantium skeleton. So, yeah, you're right. I don't know. Maybe he won't get adamantium. Maybe he'll be back.
I would imagine that, pre-adamantium skeleton, his healing factor was, 6 times faster.
Probably.
Because I imagine that he'd have to constantly, regenerate his organs from getting damaged from the poison.
But that's the thing. I think eventually he would get immune to it, wouldn't he?
I can pump you full of arsenic, but you'll never get immune to it.
Well, what about people that get bit by snakes a lot? And
That's
immune?
venom.
Is it adamantium secrete venom?
No.
Damn it! If only it did.
Adamantium would be poisonous, not venomous.
That's a different comic book, Sarah.
What about Carnage? Does it secrete
What
Carnage?
if Copperhead bit him?
If a Copperhead bit him over and over and over and over again, he'd eventually become immune and not have to heal himself.
He has, he heals himself anyway, so it doesn't really matter. They've completely almost de-atomized him, and he still came back. So
yeah, I guess that was my point. And they got it to the point where it's just like,
Galactus could kill him. He could just take apart his molecules, and you can't heal if you don't have molecules anymore.
Well, it depends on who's writing. They'd be like,
Rob
but
there was one atom left.
Yeah, he comes back like Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah. He's a giant blue dog.
I understood the science surrounding me, and I re-atomized myself.
I just want Reed Richards to be like, this doesn't seem physically possible.
Oh man,
he would have the least imagination ever.
Oh yeah.
Cell?
Yeah.
Did he get blown up as well?
Yeah.
Probably.
Are you petting your beard with your headphones?
I don't know.
Using the headphones to pet his beard.
Everyone pet yourself. Everyone pet your hair. Let's take a moment to love
It's the only
ourselves
hair I
just a
have.
little bit.
Leave me alone.
Own body.
Like we said, he was born with a beard.
Yeah, that is true. Oh yeah, that's right. I don't think we talked about that. So officially confirmed that The Rock will play Black Adam.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who's excited? Agamemnon's excited. Look at that excited face.
Jesse Eisenberg's gonna play Shazam.
Oh my god.
He's gonna Shazam.
Jesse Eisenberg is the kid from Zombieland.
I know.
Okay.
I still
And
think
Jay
The Rock
definitely knows who he is.
Well, my
Thanks,
husband
Elise.
often does not know
for the
who
birthday gift.
actors are.
I
That's
know
why
him as the they're knockoff.
the poor man's Michael Cera.
I finally memorized his name long enough to not call him the poor man's Michael Cera.
Michael Cera sucks. Oh, jeez, that's me.
Oh, jeez, that's me. That's kind of my reaction too. If someone said that, oh, crap, that's me.
Michael Cera at one point I think had the one up on him, but now that he's been nominated for Oscars and actually doing films
And now that Michael Cera
recognized,
grew a mustache.
yeah, Michael Cera can barely even get his role back in the rest of development. It's like, all right, yeah.
Doesn't even have the banana stand anymore.
Like Jesse Eisenberg's like, yes, people can know me by my own name now. I'm no longer.
I can be the new George Michael Bluth.
Yeah, they just recast it.
No one
notices. Yeah, because I want to say after The Social Network, people started taking Eisenberg a lot more seriously.
Yeah.
So, and then he has
Except for Jay.
Yeah, well, except for Jay. Well, Jay first of all refuses to see the movie, so he wouldn't know the leaps and bounds he's gotten. And then, of course, there's The Double, which this recently came out, which is supposed to be really good. Which I know, like, if you ever wanted to torture Agamemnon, that would be the movie. Because there's not one, but two Jesse Eisenbergs throughout the entire movie. I think I posted the trailer on his wall because is this like
I kind of don't even want the one.
It's when Nightmares in Hell opens up and all of Jay's fears come flying out, and it's just Eisenberg's face.
I thought you were for real at first, and I was like, "This sounds really good." And then Jay, I was like, "Oh."
No, I think they're like twins that are like separated at birth, and one's like
It's
evil.
The Parent Trap.
Yeah, that was, but more murderous.
It's like Professor X and Cassandra Nova.
Yeah. Or like,
Jay.
isn't there a panel where he's like punching her in the womb or something?
Yeah, they had a psychic battle.
Yeah, that's
in the womb.
That's a whole new womb.
Like
Womb
literally, it's like the
stabbing.
two babies, and one's
he
like
won and
deck
ate
and the
her.
other one
Did
in
he
the face.
shank her in the womb?
Probably.
Stab her.
He did stab her with his fist right in the mouth. But, honey, I kissed you with my fist. But yeah, but it was like, yeah, they were having like a womb before they were.
I'm gonna punch you out of this uterus.
Pretty much, that's exactly what happened. But mental, so it wasn't
This
really abuse.
is womb.
This is Miss Xavier's womb, and it's mine, and I want it now.